Here to do another Halloween look. You guys voted for number 4, which is this creepy looking face. And apparently my husband's playing with audio in the background, so ignore that. So this one is super easy, you guys. This is just making my face as pale as possible, 2 black eyes, a stitch mouth, and some dots. Is how I described it. It's really just white and black. Should be fairly easy. But we're not using Halloween or costume makeup. The trick is that we're using high quality products, like the unique products that I use and sell. So I have a beverage and we're going to get ready. So how am I going to make my face super pale? So I'm going to start with the lightest foundation possible that we carry, which is Scarlet. It's super light. This isn't going to give me a completely like white face, but I'm going to layer it with some luminizer to help. But I need a mirror just because I'm blind and I don't want to use my camera. So we'll see how this works out so far. But I'm going to put on this concealer first to make myself super pale, and then we're going to layer over it. Totally not my shade. Now, it may be harder to see just how pale I'm getting because my background is like a glittery white background. So when I take pictures, I'll have a black background so you can see just how pale Sarah got in her Halloween photo. Ooh, super pale. Probably should have taken off my eye makeup before I did this, but all good. We got this. We're improvising. All right, a little bit more concealer. Now, if any of you guys remember last year when I did Halloween, I used Scarlet Foundation for Kim and for Eric, and even John, I believe, when I used that to make them pale because they were all either vampires or something like that. So, well, Kim was a vampire, Eric was a vampire, John was, honey, what was John? Igor?
Yes.
Yeah, Igor. And it worked wonders. Ooh, I look ridiculously pale. Not my shade. Hashtag wrong foundation color. I mean, look at that. It's silly. But this is how we're pulling off Halloween looks. And the thing that's awesome about this is that none of this stuff is going to cause an irritation on my skin. And I'm not going to get a nasty breakout from it. So, total win. All right. So that is the base coat. So obviously we need to go lighter, but this definitely helps tone down my natural skin tone to a way lighter shade than what I am. So I'm going to use a few tricks here. What I'm going to be doing is using Luminizer in Iridescent, which I have in a cream format that I'm going to use, and I also have it in a powder format, which we're also going to use to help make Sarah even more pale. So what I'm going to do, I know this sounds crazy, is I'm going to use the cream stick all over my face. So we're going to do that first, and then we're going to blot that with some of the powder with a blending bud and some setting spray to make myself super, super pale. So yeah, just iridescent all over the place, shining bright like a diamond. All over the place. Eyebrows too, don't forget that. So I used a little bit of this trick yesterday when we did the sugar skull because I mixed black pressed powder over it. So it made basically like a splurge cream with the black. So multiple uses. Woo! Look at that. Honey, look at me. I look sick.
Good.
Good. Good. So she also has white lips, so we're gonna get rid of that. So, and I'm periodically cleaning the luminizer stick on my hand because it'll pick up the foundation that I put down and I want it to stay white. So much luminizer. So much luminizer. Love it. Love it. Okay. So this is a trick that I tried earlier as a test, and it worked out really well. So I'm going to take a blending bud, which you can see it's got iridescent powder on it still. And I'm going to use Behold Setting Spray. And I'm getting the blending bud wet with that. And then I'm going to pick up the iridescent powder with the blending bud. And we're just dabbing. Just dabbing. That'll help kind of mix in that iridescent. And my friend Chris used a trick the other day when she was doing a Halloween look where she had to have like a super pale face. And she put a little bit of Brilliant from Addiction Palette number 5, which is a super pigmented silver. So I don't know. I don't know if I feel pale enough. Maybe not quite as white as I need to be. That sounded horrible. But not quite as white as I need to be. So we're going to try a little bit of Chris's hack here with Brilliant. We're going to see how this works out. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work out. We'll see. It might be too silvery. I'm not sure. We're just going to give it a shot. Like a little test here. See, that comes out way too silver on me. It works good for her, but a little bit too silver. And now I've made gray all over my face. That's awesome. Hey, maybe that'll work though. We're gonna improvise. We're just gonna go for it. Pale facing it up. Well, now I know how to get a really good gray going. That's okay. We can layer. It's all good. All good. If you think about it, the photo is pretty much like gray and white. So maybe this is actually a good oops because it's not straight white. It's like shades of black and gray. I don't know. We're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. I'm gonna go back with my iridescent. Iridescent powder. Need a bigger brush. I'm thinking that's about as pale as a person can get without using costume makeup. Let's see if I can get a little bit more iridescent on here. Pretty pale face. What do you think, honey?
Ah! Oh.
I guess it worked. Okay. Okay. Let's move on to the eyes. The eyes are super simple. If you look at the photo, which I'll show you guys again, it isn't like a matte black, like a cream shadow. It's like, it looks just like powder because you can see some of the paleness coming in underneath it. So it's not like dark black eyes or something. So I'm going to stick with that, and we're just going to use like a pretty pigmented, strong black. Probably use the same one that I used yesterday, which was our press powder Legendary. Just going to clean my blending brush here. Get all that brilliant off of there. All right, so we're going to take Legendary, which is a super strong matte black eyeshadow, and I'm going to use that for the eyeshadow look. So we're talking straight like panda or raccoon eyes going on here. So that's what I'm going to go for. Super easy. Just give myself 2 black eyes. All right, I think I'm going to start with a deluxe brush, and then we'll move into a blending brush. I want to be really precise with the black at first on the eyelid, because this stuff is super pigmented, strong black. We've got other black eyeshadows that are on some of our addiction palettes. In fact, I'm holding one, Irate. This one's pretty strong too, but I don't want it to get everywhere or have a lot of fallout while I'm trying to get the eyes done. So I'm gonna get the eyelids done, and then we'll blend. I'm gonna make my eyebrows black. That's gonna be fun. All right, got the eyelids on. That one's pretty solid. I'm gonna move into, actually I'm gonna use the same brush. Let's just knock out the brows real quick, and then we can fill in. This will actually be a pretty good guide for me. I'm going to use this as like a guide for the circles. Now we're just going to play fill in with black eyeshadow. Now I have enough luminizer all over my face that this is pretty easy to just tap or blend on top, which is the trick that I did yesterday. And it makes like a creamy black shadow. Easy peasy. Okay, now we're going to fill in the other side. I love how like quick this goes on. Oops, had an oops. It's okay, we're good. Done. That was awesome, by the way. Totally easy hack. All right, let's get the under eye done here. I have to say, I don't really know who this character is. forgive me, but I don't know who that is. But it's all good. You don't have to know, right? We're just having fun with makeup and showing that we can pull off some crazy Halloween looks using much better products for our skin. I don't think I've ever seen my eyebrows this dark. All right. All right, so now we're going to throw on some eyeliner, as if I need more black on my eyes. I know my eyes are a little red. I've been on the computer most of the day, so they're fatigued. It's not a reaction to the product at all. It's just my eyes being my eyes. There's got to be a hashtag in there somewhere, like hashtag girls who wear glasses problems or something. I'm trying to look into something that's not a mirror. Okay. So I'm just going to add a little bit more here to the underneath. Darken that up a bit. Maybe a little bit on the top here. I want to keep this pretty dark. So that's pretty solid. Pretty solid. Okay. So next, she's got these like little dots above her eyebrows. It's kind of hard to pick up on my phone. Like little dots over the eyebrows. So that should be fairly easy to do. I'm hoping I can do that with some liquid eyeliner. But I have a lot of luminizer and foundation on my face, so I'm going to have to see if it'll actually stick. So we're going to do a test run here to see if that's going to work. If not, we will improvise to something else. Nope, didn't work. I figured I had too much product on my face, so let's try something else. Let's try a hack that we did last year for Halloween. I'm going to use like one of these little blending bud brushes. I'm going to pick up Legendary, which is that pressed black eyeshadow. And I'm going to use that for dots. There you go. Now on the picture, it looks like she has like two like giant black beads here on either side. I don't have those. But it's so faint that you could pull off this look without them if you don't have them. So very faint, like dots is what we're doing. I'm really excited to try some of the other looks that I found, especially that one that kind of looks like an It clown look. I know clowns are kind of scary to some people. I get it. I used to not like clowns. Then I realized I could just beat them up, so, you know, whatever. Did I say that? I said that. So there you go. Easy peasy on the dots, right? Not super difficult. Okay. I'm going to throw on some Epic mascara because I want to make sure that my lashes stay dark. And right now, they don't look so dark. Just helps keep the area around the eye darker. All right. So the only thing that we have left to do is this crazy like stitch smile, which is pretty common in Halloween looks. There's a little bit of liner on the inside of the lip, so I'm going to use some precision pencil for that. But the rest of it is just make a smile, lines for stitches. Should be fairly easy. Grab my precision pencil and perfect. The only trick that I would recommend, you can kind of see it from my hand, is that because you're applying it over other product, you want to periodically roll this either on, you don't have to use your hand, you can use a tissue or whatever, because that'll keep the excess product off of the pencil. So just kind of the inside of the lip there, keeping it dark. So now we're going to make a big smile. Like so. And I'm going to try this just using the precision pencil, but if we need to, we're going to use some liquid eyeliner to make the black a little stronger. Because right now it's mixing and it kind of looks gray, but no worries, we got this. Not super difficult. I'm going to see if the liquid eyeliner will show up a little bit more bold for the black. I'm kind of running out of it, to be honest, so we'll see. I didn't realize how low I was on it until I tried to use it yesterday for one of my Halloween looks. I was like, I need another one. So that does help a little bit, darken it up. And from afar, it kind of looks like the previous eyeliner that we put down adds a little shading or depth to it, which is cool. Now the dip and draw eyeliners are really cool because you can see it has a really fine point on it, but I'm literally tapping it like the full length of it like that, right against the stitch. So it just lays down. So you don't have to sit there and try and draw it on necessarily. And what's great about it is it's a Halloween look, so you don't have to be like super precise. Like you can make little mess ups and little stitches and everything like that because it's a Halloween look. It's not meant to be like, oh my God, check out this new wing or something. It's supposed to be scary and weird and crazy. Hopefully I have enough here. I don't think I do. Trying to get every last bit of liquid eyeliner out. Try shaking it again. Very nice. Honey, what do you think?
Nah.
He said nice. So, there we have it. We got a nice pale face using some luminizer and Scarlet. So definitely tones down my skin tone. You can see that. Whew. It's going to show up really crazy on a black background as well. So I'll send you guys pictures so you guys can check it out and do a side-by-side comparison. But thank you guys so much for voting for this look. It was super fun, super easy to do. So if you're just starting out, maybe you don't feel like you're super creative with makeup or Halloween looks, this is a great starting point for you. Easy to do. But thank you guys so much for voting. I think it came out wonderful. You guys are awesome and look forward to some more posts on voting for the next look. You guys have a good night.